Well done, Duncan. Ladies and gentlemen, Ceolry in Glasgow, which means land of the hills, the bends and the heroes. Welcome to that land, and also welcome to you people who are the heroes in my book, because somewhere about 1700 of you have come here tonight to support the band in this concert, and I know that Duncan's absolutely thrilled about that. So a wee advance thank you from me for coming along tonight. Thank you. Now, that's great. That's last week's drum and judge. I mean, his kit wasn't that bad. I saw it. I mean, you can have rough rolls, but I mean, that's taking things a bit too far. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pre-Worlds concert given tonight by the Greater Glasgow Police Scotland Pipe Band. What a mouthful that is. The first time I judged them, I just headed up the sheet when they finished the medley. I'm sure the bureaucrats could have given us Glasgow Police. And then again, I'm just a straight-thinking guy, you know. However, it's the Greater Glasgow Police Scotland Pipe Band, and the concert tonight is actually called Ceolry, which is an adjective really derived from Gaelic meaning musical. It's the same as the word blast, which Donald MacLeod used to use all the time, which can only be described as Gaelic taste. The concert tonight will feature a number of modern compositions, but significantly it will feature a great deal of music whose basis lies in Gaelic tradition. Consequently, you know, it'll encompass a strong Gaelic influence, and that's an identity that the band are actually fairly comfortable with. I should at this time mention our accompanying musicians tonight, because you've already heard them, so I should say who they are. We've got James Lindsay on bass. James, stick your hand up. Ewan Robertson on guitar and vocals. These both lads have both appeared with Brebach, the Gaelic group, and we've got the multifaceted musician himself, Alan Henderson on keyboards. And Alan was a founding member of the band Blazing Fiddles. And of course, we can't forget that crystal clear voice of Rachel Walker. I mean, what a beautiful voice. Wow. She was a graduate of the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland. She teaches at the West Highland College in Fort William, and she appears quite often with Skippenish and Dochish, so she's very well steeped in Gaelic tradition and Gaelic music. Her voice is just like a really good pipe chanter. You know, when you pick a pipe chanter, you ping it from the top to get that ring, and then you get those lovely crystal clear note values. She's got that. She nails them every time. And then she's got that lovely ability to turn her voice from down to the principal note, which is a big feature in traditional Gaelic singing, and not very easy to do, but what a wonderful way she can do it. The sets that you heard there was a real element of variety in the opening sets. The first set we had sort of a set of hornpipes and jigs. I always find the names of these tunes interesting, you know, Doodah Prelude and Doodah, and then this one I thought was very Hebridean, 10 years on Tuesday. Because, you know, in the Gaelic, when the transposition from Gaelic, often the words are played around, and it gives a quite comical sort of clumsiness to everything. So I asked Ian McPherson, who composed it. Ian's the pipe sergeant of the band, and he said that he composed the tune really to commemorate the style of his brother, who had been going out with this girl for quite a number of years. And I think the girl got impatient, and she kept on saying to him, "Listen, when are we getting married?" And he kept on saying, 10 years on Tuesday. My wife's in the audience, so we'll just put a full stop there at that. Maybe make it 10 years on Wednesday. And then, of course, we had a set of hornpipes, Mrs. Lillian McGee, which was composed by Gordon McGee, who used to be in the band, and of course is from Canada. Then we had a Gordon Duncan tune, the Ramney Ceolry. And then we had those songs from Rachel, which included Fruch and Rona, which was the first song that she sang, which is one of the very deep-rooted Oran Moore songs, which was just beautiful. And then we moved on to the jig set, which started off with Ronald Mackenzie of Milton and Mabu, composed by Angus Mackenzie. And our overseas visitors will, in particular, will know Angus. Of course, he's from Cape Breton, and he plays with the folk group Dive on most occasions. The group's out, Angus is there. The next tune, Archie McNabb was Major Archie McNabb, who actually, I got lessons from him in my early days. He was a fantastic player and probably one of the finest players that Scotland ever had. And I share one statistic with Archie. We were both the second youngest ever winners of the gold medal for Pembroke. We both won it at 18. And a certain individual from Edinburgh took first place, called John D. Burgess. So I don't think we were in bad company, coming second. The tune, you might be interested to know, the tune was composed by Johnny McKinnon, who lived up in Morar, and in his later years he took quite severe respiratory problems, so he took the motor out his Hoover and he attached it to the bag so that he could play. He was a bit of an engineer. And Duncan Nicholson was telling me that actually the frequency reading from the Hoover ties in quite nicely with B flat. And he also told me, and I hope he's not winding me up, he said he studied music. He said that actually that's why children sleep when the pipes are played, because the frequency level is similar to that. And it's the bagpipe, that is, and that is similar to the oscillation that the babies feel in the womb. So that's why children sleep a lot when people play the pipes. Now, for the non-pipers, there's a bit of hope there. You could always get your Hoover out and do the carpets when you put the kids to bed. I'm not sure what the different makes are like, and Dyson and Hoover, who knows, but there's always an alternative to throw the Hoover at them if they don't go to sleep. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think the young man that I'm about to introduce should be tuned up by now. He was well warned that he should be. I'm going to